Michelle Geiger is an agent with our Century 21 Town and Country Clarkston office. She came over from another office in that area last year, May of 2023. And when she did, she joined the coaching team. And I've had the chance to work with her ever since, and it's been awesome. So since then, she talks about her growth through that process of what it was like to come from a team to an individual agent, what it was like to go through the coaching department, and what value she got out of that. And since then, she has also become a coach herself, which you're going to hear her talk about in this video, to where she will now be offering out her services and her value to agents in the company. And she really built her business around social media marketing and personal branding. So her business and one of her lead sources is generated through short form video content through Facebook and Instagram via Reels. So that's that short form content that you see, and also video editing. So when she was working with me, we went through how to video edit so she can really update and make her content look professional and really high quality. So that is a service she's going to be offering as an agent. We also dive into mindset, ancient Roman philosophy, and stoicism. So we pretty much had it all covered. So I hope you guys enjoy this conversation. If you do, give us a like and a comment and let us know what you think. What do you want to talk about?
What should we talk about?
You just did almost $1 million in closed sales last month. So I mean,
that was exciting.
That's got to be exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting. Yeah, that was good. So that's needs to be my trend. My new exciting goal is 4 million in 1 month. That's what I have to do to catch up.
1 month?
That'd be fantastic. Wouldn't it?
You can do it.
I could do it. Yeah. That's what I told myself this morning. I came across my thing. I was like,
go big or go home.
I'm kind of bummed that it was not 1 million.
You were just short.
Just shy.
50 grand.
50 grand shy. Ugh. If I would have closed that one condo, that $80,000 condo, I would have had
put you over $1 million. Yep. It's all right.
That's all right.
It's all right. So what are you seeing in the market right now?
Right now, the buyers are weird. The buyers are extremely picky right now, I'm finding. The set of buyers that I have right now, I mean, there's a couple that are ready going out, but a lot I can't even get to go see houses.
Really?
It's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, they will not go out. I send them 3-4 houses and we're busy, we're this, we're that. And I'm like, what is going on with that? So that's a little bit, because a lot of them are sitting on listings. Mm-hmm. So I get the inventory is not good, but the higher the price point is, the better the inventory. And I have some higher price point people, but they're just not.
And that's kind of common thing across all your buyers right now?
Yeah, literally, except for like 2. 2 I can get out there. Every time I send them something, we're out there looking at it.
You think it's just because summer and people are busy right now?
Yeah, so I don't know, everybody's just trying to find their groove for summertime, and then they'll get back at it. I don't know.
Interesting.
That's been kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, expireds have been more entertaining to talk to.
Yeah.
So that's been good. They've been more willing to talk, I guess I'll say.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Right? Anytime there's a shifting market, our value increases, right? Whether it's expired or for sale by owner or whatever else it is. So that's good. But you've now been working with me for over a year.
Yeah. It's over a year now.
So
Best decision ever.
What's changed and what's happened throughout that year process?
My confidence level has completely changed, even though I knew a lot about real estate, but I didn't know anything about the listing side. So now I'm confident on that side. I'm not afraid to go up against, if it's a competitive situation on a listing, that doesn't scare me anymore. I just feel like I just know how to handle situations, negotiations, and objections way more than I did before.
Confidence.
Confidence. Confidence. And confidence comes in a full circle. You don't realize how much confidence you need for all parts of real estate. So
what do you think really led to that building confidence? Was it the skill set? Was it the mindset? Like, where did it come from?
I think combination of the mindset for sure. Because if your mind's not right and you're having problems in life or anything, it definitely, we know that. You're the first person to say, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, right. I can sense it.
You're
I can see
off.
it.
You can see it. Yeah. So I know 100% when the home front's good and everything's going good in life, then the business is a lot easier. But the skill set with when you made me record my listing presentations and the practice that I did, and working with Dustin all those mornings that we did, that was fantastic. Rachel and I want to get back to just staying sharp on that, more so the objections, because the flow is, you got that, you know what I mean? We all know that changes for everybody, but yeah, I feel like just the constant practice is what made me confident with it, to be honest.
The consistency.
Consistency is key for everything. Mm-hmm. It's a fact.
And I would never let you off the hook either. So
That's the truth.
call you out and review your numbers every single month, because now before you started working here, did you look at your numbers at all, like over a monthly course or anything?
Not at all. I just hope that there was money in the bank. And but you have to pay attention to your numbers. So I'm really focusing on that a lot more now, because if you don't, you're just avoidant to it, then it's harder to scale, because you don't really know like where the people are coming from and what's working and what's not. You know what I mean? And I had to figure that out quickly, because before it was just, when I was on a team, it was just kind of like deals were handed to me and you just kind of worked your sphere and that was it, but it's a totally different ball game now. But I like this ball game a lot better.
Yeah. So things are going better.
Things are going way better. Yes.
So why do you think you were avoiding it, looking at your numbers, whether that was professionally or personal too? Because I know one of the things that we did was went through expenses and everything else personally, financially, and that was kind of an eye opener for you too.
It was a huge eye opener. I just think I know the expenses were so high and nobody likes to look at stuff that they don't like, and so, but at the end of the day, I feel more under control having my P&Ls in order now and understanding, how much money needs to be taken out for taxes. And it takes a lot of that stress out, regardless if you like the way the month looks or not, you still have to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's like my good months, I was all about it. Like, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's look at it.
Let's look at it. Let's write it down. But then when you have months that aren't so great, you really just become an avoidant. And then when you get busy, if you don't have that schedule to stay consistent with it, then you just like 6 months has gone by and I have no idea how much money I've made. I have no idea how much I spent. And that's not good for business for long term. So
no, you got to track to see where things are going.
You got to track it.
Right.
Yes.
So if you need help with that, P&L, profit and loss, and keeping personal finances in order, we're actually working on something.
Yes, we are.
That we may be able to provide to help you with that. So stay tuned for that.
Super important to be on top of that if you want to grow your bank account.
If you don't pay attention to your money, that's when problems happen.
Yeah, because you can and that's what I've learned. I'm making more and more and thought, well, if I made this much money, everything would be fine. And of course, your expenses go up. My son's in college now, so that's definitely adding to it. But if you don't ever figure that out, you could get up to selling 20 million and not
have any money.
I've seen it. I know a lot of people it's happened to.
Happens a lot.
It happens a lot. You're not paying your taxes. You have no idea what's going on. It's like, if you're producing 20 million, you should be getting into some investments.
You would think, right?
Yes.
Depending on how good you are with money, though, because same thing, a lot of high income earners, but at the same time, they don't know how to budget. They don't know how to set money aside. They don't even know how much to put aside for taxes. And then their tax bill comes and then it's a problem.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all part staying on top of it, reviewing it monthly.
Exactly.
Quarterly minimum.
Monthly is the best way to really know where every dollar is going. Doing one for your business and doing one for your personal to stay on that budget. If you're doing good financially and you know where all your money's at and everything's good, then quarterly is probably not the end of the world. But if you're having struggle with it, then I think you need to be on top of it, know where every dollar is going. So,
And I know your mindset has completely shifted since coming over here. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Completely, yes. So my mindset now is just focusing on making sure that there's an appointment and making sure that that's the only thing that matters. Like, I think I overlooked a lot of things in my business, and my mindset's now, as long as you get that appointment and you show up every day, it'll happen for you. And making sure that you keep your home front good and your kids and all that I finally learned that that's key in my business. And if I don't have that working right for me, then it's a lot harder to be 100%, because you have to be on every day in this business prospecting, and you should be prospecting every day. And so the mindset for that and the books that I've read have completely changed a lot of perception of how I go through life now. So that's been huge, life-changing for sure.
Hold on to the book thing. So, to your point, the real measurement that we use and we talk about all the time is you have to ask yourself 3 questions at the end of every day or at the end of every week.
Yes.
Did I set an appointment? Did I attend an appointment? Did I get a contract signed? If the answer is no to all those 3, then we got to look at what we're doing.
Exactly. Then what did you do all week?
What did we do? If you didn't set an appointment, if you didn't attend an appointment, if you didn't get a contract signed, whether it's a buyer or a seller, then what did we do all week? That's 40 hours.
And that's the only measure that you really need, because the weeks get busy and you get your head into, I want to get this sales guide good or the buyer's guide or whatever. And you're not really doing anything for that. You're not really making any money. Yeah, eventually it's going to be good, but you got to be doing stuff that's creating contracts, setting appointments,
Income
leading
producing
to
activity.
income producing activities.
Mhm.
Yes.
So books, what
Yes.
kind of books have you read that's changed your perspective?
So my favorite one's meditations.
Yes.
We're going on round 2 of that book right now. If you're looking for a new way to look at life and to have control of your emotions, highly recommend this book.
Oh yeah.
Highly
I've been beating
recommend
Leslie
this
up about
book.
it because I told her to read it and she hasn't read it yet. So
Leslie, get on it.
read it.
It's fantastic.
So what'd you get out of it?
I got out of it that it's not just because somebody says something to you, comes at you with a certain type of energy. If you replicate that, you're essentially just making yourself that same person. So take it down a notch and know that, whatever they're saying is necessarily true or whatever, and just take it for what it's worth. Not even what it's worth, but just kind of take a step back and know that it's not true. And just don't take everything to heart, I guess is what it is. Don't take everything so personally, and it's not always about you, because a lot of people have issues and project themselves, and a lot of people who don't try to be aware of who they are and what they're putting out, those are the people that lash out the most, I've learned.
Oh yeah.
The people who aren't self-taught and want to control their emotions and stuff like that. I originally did it because I don't like to cry. I don't like to cry if I read a nice card. Like, I don't like to cry at funerals. I don't like to cry for any of those reasons. So that's why I did it. And it's helped me with that too. And for getting in situations where my emotions get high and I want to get angry. So
helps you stay level, right?
Level, stoic.
Stoic is the word. Stoic is the way. But you're
That's
right.
what I
A lot of the people who lash out or gossip or are passive aggressive, that just signifies to me is you either have a very fragile ego, you're very insecure, or you're projecting your own insecurities on everybody else, which happens all the time.
Happens all the time. And it's like, now that I'm getting more stoic and reading more about people's personalities and how people react, it's so entertaining to just kind of sit back and just not talk. Even though I'm a big talker, some people are like, yeah, right, she talks all the time.
Yep.
But it is good, like especially when I'm just meeting people, to just sit back and listen, because it's like you can tell a lot about people.
Oh yeah.
And now I see that now. Before it would just be blah 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 blah, but it's like, no, sit back and you can learn a lot about people just by what's wrong with them, what's good with them, everything,
That's why I just sit back and listen and watch.
Yeah.
Because you learn everything that way. Plus, that happens too. Like, oh, can you believe so-and-so said this about you, or I heard this? I'm like, listen, it's not my business nor my concern what other people think of me.
No.
That's for them. That's for you. You do what you got to do. It doesn't affect me. I have no interest in learning what that is. But so many people take that to heart, and it's almost like they value other people's opinion more than they actually view their own self.
Exactly. That's what my perception on life is now. And that's what I try to tell friends and clients and everything. It's like, okay, so they think that about you, but that's not true. So you can't believe it. It's like somebody can't make fun of you because you have blue hair. You don't have blue hair. So why would somebody make fun of you because you have a big ego or whatever? It's not true because it's not true. So it's like you have to have that wall to know that like they have something wrong with them, that they need to project that on me.
Oh yeah. Well, whenever you seek the outside validation of others, that's the first pathway to misery.
Absolutely.
Right?
You got to be happy with yourself. And that's something that part of my mindset and everything like that was being happy with myself. Like, I guess for a long time, I just thought money would make me happy. More transactions would make me happy. If my relationship was going to make me happy. If I moved into this big, beautiful house, it would make me happy. None of that was coming to fruition. And it was digging deep into me of what my issues are and fixing it. And of course the money helps and making the relationships better, but a lot of it was me. Yeah. So
a lot of it's perspective too, right? Because so many people do the same thing. They attach happiness to this idea of a goal or an object or a destination. It's none of those things. Happiness is a choice.
It's a choice.
It's a choice every day. You can wake up and be miserable, or you can be happy. You're not gonna be happy if you set a goal and say, okay, I'll be happy if I get $1 million. You get $1 million, you're gonna be exactly the same.
You're gonna be exactly the same.
It's the outlook and the perception that matters.
100%.
Right?
And you kind of have given me that perception, because I'd said, oh, well, if I make this much money, I'll be happy. And it's like, okay, well, I said that when I'd be making 150,000. And then it's like, well, now it's got to be 250,000, you know?
It never ends.
It never ends. And that scares me a little bit, but if you find your inside happiness, then that is just like a reward to your daily
Yes.
duties.
And if you seek more tranquility, do only what is absolutely necessary, which that was a big one for you.
Big one for me. Is this absolutely necessary? As a $10 million producer doing this right now.
Yes.
Is this necessary?
So she wants to do $10, $12 million a year. So one of the things that we looked at is, okay, so throughout your daily life, you should look at every single thing and ask yourself, does a $10 million produce this? Does a $12 million producer do this? And if not, then why are you doing it?
Why am I doing it? Exactly. Like laundry needs to be done, but does it need to be done during your, 8 to 7 work schedule when you're supposed to be hustling, making real estate money? No, it doesn't. You can throw it in earlier in the morning, you can throw it in at night. You just have to pick what is absolutely necessary. Grocery store is not necessary during the day.
It's not. And to tie up the whole happiness thing as a choice. So like, okay, most people tie happiness to the amount of money that they're going to make, right? Yeah. So, okay, if I told you I could give you $10 million, but you're not going to wake up tomorrow, which one would you rather have? I'd
want to wake up tomorrow.
So why don't people view waking up as a greater gift than $10 million every day?
It's so true though. I know. And all of us do that. And it's just like, I heard something this morning and it was like, what if somebody was choking you right now, what would be the one thing that you would want? A breath of air. Right. But right now we take that so for granted because we can take a breath of air. So it's like, you got to think of life, everything that you do in life, we're taking for granted, but do the hard, you know what I mean? And it happens.
Practice gratitude.
Practice gratitude. Be happy.
Right?
Be happy. Be happy for what you have and where you're
being happy, right? We talked about being happy. So how do you maintain that order of balance and control, especially during the hard times, whether it's personal or business? Like, how do you pull yourself out of that?
Pulling myself out of when life gets tough, I try to just dive myself back into my business
and work like 14 hours a day.
14 hours a day, which I'm trying for my personal life not to do that because I'm an avoidant with that. But trying to have a good balance, like even if I have stuff to do, I'm learning I can take 2 hours away right now to enjoy my family, and then I can get back to my real estate because real estate and working till late at night makes me happy, and I can't sleep if I know that I didn't send that email and I got to respond to this person. You know what I mean? Then it messes me up. You know what I mean? So I've just learned to it's okay to take the time because at the end of the day, it's going to be my family there, not my clients, my real estate. So I've learned to just try to have more of that balance and know that it's okay to do that because I do work a lot. Sometimes I'm on my emails at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm there till 11 o'clock at night. And if I'm not doing that, I'm doing Zoom. Anything that looks intriguing to me and it's only an hour, I will do it. You know what I mean? Because if I get 1 or 2 nuggets out of it, it's worth it to me. You know what I mean? But you have to, I've learned I really can't just 100% dive into my business because that's when the balance really gets off. So for me now, if I spend a little bit more time with family and try not to make myself feel guilty of it, then it's helping me.
And it's also good to remind yourself priority, right? Family's priority 1.
Family's priority 1.
Business priority 2.
Yes.
The business feeds the family, right? So that should not supersede the family itself.
Exactly. And I was letting that do that forever, missing everything and I don't know how many times I've helped people and then they decide to go rent or whatever. So it's like your family has to be an appointment is what I learned. My family has to be an appointment.
Yeah. You have to schedule it out and then work around it.
Yep. Work around it. Yep. Before I worked everything else around it. And then when you get busy, you're busy till 10 o'clock at night and then nobody wants to even talk to you because it's like, I've been trying to get your attention all day.
They're all guilty of it. Every person I work with is guilty of that.
Everybody. Yeah.
That's why you got to schedule family time first and then build everything else around that. So it's priority 1.
100%.
Right.
Because if we had a listing appointment on the schedule for 2 weeks, nothing else would supersede that.
Right. Or closing or whatever else.
So that's why I've told myself that my kids and my boyfriend are my listing appointments. I literally have them like, you're just as valuable as a listing appointment. It's true because when I didn't give that time, then it didn't.
Yeah,
it was just like my business. Like if I'm not going to prospect every day, my business isn't going to do well. You got to prospect your family.
Right. You
essentially.
Have to. Yeah. Set aside. Time block, right?
Yeah. Time block. Time blocking is key.
So all this stuff, all this growth that's happening, and now we've been working on some stuff behind the scenes too, but you're now taking on a new role, which is exciting. So why don't you share what that is?
Very exciting. I am joining the coaching program.
She is.
Yes. I'm very excited to be part of that. I'm glad that you are bringing me on for that. Something I've always thought it'd be exciting to do. And now I really feel like I'm at the point where I could really help people. And I've already signed up my first client and that's going really well. I feel like I'm helping her out a lot. So that's making me feel really good. even more exciting than real estate at times. It is. Like, I remember after I had my first meeting with her, I came into your office and you were like, what? I'm like, I love this. I love this. And I just have to hone it in and not, spend too much time on phone calls and stuff like that. But no.
So what do you think gets you so excited or enjoy so much already about the coaching aspect of it? Because you've been on the coaching side, but not actually as a coach.
I think seeing the aha moments in your client and like, oh, duh, like that. I get that. Like, that's so easy. I can do this. You know what I mean? And seeing them see the light in themselves turn on and knowing that they can do it. And it's like, you can do this. Like, here's the formula. Because I think that's what people want. They just want a formula to do it. And it's like, if you have somebody who's willing to put the work in, here's the formula. Just do it. Just make the phone calls. So
the literally set formula that we have that we know works. It's just a matter of following it.
It's just a matter of following it.
And then wait till you see that confidence build and the results come, and then the whole life changes.
Their whole life changes. Yeah. It's only been not even 3 weeks, and it's already been, she's already feels like she's a totally different agent in how she's doing her business, just because we just fine tune some things, because you don't know what you don't know until you don't know it.
Right.
Right. So it's been fun. It's been a really good time helping Adriana. So
you're going to love it.
I don't know if I was allowed to say her name, but
it's okay.
Adriana.
Yeah. No, it's super exciting. I'm excited to have you on. Plus, it brings another facet of what we've also been working on too, because, we're always talking about improving our value proposition to you guys. And one of the big things that I hear from agents, because I go from office to office from time to time, is you guys want more video marketing stuff.
Yes.
Right. And video editing stuff. And a lot of times producing agents don't have time to learn it, or they just don't have the interest in doing it. So we're actually going to be able to take that off your plate for you.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So the coaching department is going to be offering out video editing service. It's an a la carte menu. We'll have more information coming out about it and a flyer and all that, but that's something that we will be taking on. So if you want to increase your video marketing and take the editing off your plate and outsource it to someone right here, we can do that right for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's super exciting.
Yes.
So a lot of exciting stuff coming, and you are available too. So she's got a couple of slots available. If you're interested in signing up with her to hear what she's got, you can schedule a free discovery call and talk for a half hour, 60 minutes. I know yours with Adriana was like an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. I love to talk. So I won't wrap it up quick. Absolutely. But
it's just talking about getting your business to the next level. Right. And this is a living example of someone who's done it in just over a year.
Absolutely.
Completely different.
Completely different. I wasn't a new agent, but I was new to being in this on my own. And within a year, it's been life-changing. So absolutely.
So what are the big plans? What do you want to accomplish the next couple of years? Why are you doing all this?
Why am I doing all this? I'd love to get more students, coach more people, see more people have growth, build more my YouTube channel. That is definitely my goal, is to get more long form content out there, and just grow my yearly sales every year, get up to goal is 100 transactions. Once I do that, then it'll be probably 200 transactions. That's what I want to do. 30 million, 100 transactions.
It's doable.
I'll get there. So doable.
Yeah. And then you want to get in the investment side too?
The investment side too. Yeah, once we start stacking up the money, then it's definitely going to be getting into rental properties, passive income. It's
a lot of fun.
That's for sure. That's where I want to spend a lot of time.
So any advice now from the new coach? What advice would you give to anyone who's watching this, whether it's new, experienced, or anyone? What can you do right now to succeed in the market that we're in?
So any advice, I think no matter where you are in your real estate business, how many years you've been doing it, social media is definitely the way to go. Free leads. I know everybody's sick of spending money on leads. We've all done it. And social media is a free way to do it. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. I'm a proven example of, he taught me how to do social media, how to edit videos. That's why I'm coming on as a coach too. That's what going to be my kind of niches, is to help people with social media presence and video, teach you how to do videos. So if you like the way I do my videos, I can teach you to do the same thing. So that's kind of, I just lost my train of thought.
The value prop. Okay.
Good thing that we can.
I'm going to leave this in here too, so people can see.
Exactly. What are we talking about? So basically just social media and having a presence on social media, branding yourself on there, putting yourself out there for people to see before you even get in front of them is huge. You're selling yourself before you're even getting in front of these people. And video is the easiest way to do that.
Yep.
Running ads with videos, having your social media out there, they're looking at you, they're finding you. And then by the time they meet you, it's kind of like when we see people on social media that are famous, it's like we feel like we know them.
Yeah.
But like if Kim Kardashian walked in, I feel like I would know her. I've seen every season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I follow her on, I know it's not a good look.
Absolute brain rot TV.
Brain rot TV. But I feel like I would know her if she walked in here, and totally don't. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you want to be. Not that any of us are doing this to be famous or anything like that. That's not it. It's just facial recognition and people to get the vibe of you and to like you before you even get there. And then it closes the deal. They don't need to interview other people once they already know who you are.
Yeah.
So that's the key to social media, and editing is really not that hard. So if you feel like, I mean, literally I could teach you 5 quick little things that you could do to your video and make it look professional. And then you'll find that super cool. And then you're going to want to learn 5 more things.
Then you go down the rabbit hole.
Then you just go down the rabbit hole. Exactly. So
always making it better.
Always making it better.
If Kim K walked in here, I'd kick her out. I don't want that around here.
She's not allowed in here.
Annoying.
I know. I could have picked somebody better than her, but I feel like I've watched her for a long time, so she popped into my head. But
so you watch Keeping Up with the Car? You watch that stuff? Do you watch that?
Not anymore, but a long time ago.
What do you watch?
I don't watch a lot of TV because it just gives me anxiety and I don't like it. But Below Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Below Deck. Have you ever seen it? Okay, so it's a show about like yachties, people who work, like rich people rent these yachts, like $100,000 to $200,000 for like 4 days. And it's the crew that takes care of these people. And that's what the show's about.
Oh.
It's dumb TV. It's right there with the Kardashians, but it is fantastic. I missed my calling. I should have been a yachty.
Yeah.
Like I kind of want one of my kids to do it because you get to travel the world and they make great money, like great money. So I want my kids to do that. And then all the money that they make, they come back and buy rental properties with. So you do that because you age out. Like you got to be cute and, you know. So, because I thought about it for a second, but there's nobody that's 40 on there. I'm just kidding.
Well, you do 100 deals and you can buy your own yacht. Well,
that's what I thought. I'm like, because you can get like, I don't know, 6 to 8 people depending on how big the yacht is. Like that's not that expensive. I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
it's so doable. 100 grand.
Yeah, I don't watch reality TV a lot.
That's the only, so when reality TV first came out, I believe Survivor might have been one of the first reality shows. And I thought, how dumb are we all just watching normal people do normal things? I didn't get it. I couldn't wrap my head around it. It didn't make any sense. And then I kind of got into it a little bit. And then I'm like, I love this.
Yeah.
That I only watched Below Deck or 2.5 Men. That's it.
Really?
That's it on repeat.
I watch the same shows over and over and over again too.
What is that?
My favorite show is probably The Sopranos. Have you seen The Sopranos?
I have seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never seen all of it.
Oh my gosh.
New stuff gives me anxiety to watch. It's weird.
Well, I think people watch what they've already seen because they already know what to expect. They can kind of turn their brain off.
Is that why it is? Because I have been that way since I was little.
Yep.
Growing up, when I was little, we used to go to Blockbuster and rent a movie, and we'd get pizza every Friday night. And I would rent Troop Beverly Hills every single Friday night. You would think my parents would have bought it for me.
Yeah. Oh, I did that. So I watched The Big Short, that movie, probably 500 times. And then when I was just getting into real estate, I'd watch The Wolf of Wall Street every single night. Every single night I'd watch. I read the book. I watch it over and over again for like a couple months straight.
Movie probably 10 times.
So then I woke up and I'm like, all right. I'm in the right frame of mind now. Let's go do it.
Great movie to get you in the frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen The Wolf of Wall Street, you need to see that movie.
Aside from the drugs and everything else.
Yes.
The work ethic was good.
The work ethic was fantastic. Everything else was a little distasteful.
Yeah, but great movie. Yes. So I don't know. I watched like The Sopranos. Tony Soprano's the man, the greatest character ever made.
Okay.
Greatest show ever made.
All right, I might watch that. I might start it. Okay.
It's, it's back in the early 2000s, but it's still like the greatest show ever.
Is there a lot of violence and like, oh, see, that's not relaxing to me. Okay, maybe I'll watch it.
It's a
on
mob.
the weekends, maybe.
It's
I know, but at nighttime it's just like, oh, I just want to watch
that's
people
relaxing.
on a yacht.
Like seeing some guy just getting capped and then
you guys are crazy.
Time to
That's
go
how
to
my
bed.
dad is too. It's weird. That Derek goes to bed watching Chicago PD and like the sickest stuff is happening and I can just like hear it in the background and I'm like, ugh.
It's just good, that way we can turn the brain off and
How does that turn your brain off seeing people get killed though?
I don't know.
You guys are wired weird.
Violence is entertaining.
It's no,
It's not, especially if it's not real. Like, it's just like, you know,
I know
it's TV.
it's true. It's not real.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I play like video games and Call of Duty and all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you play video games? Okay.
I did when I was younger.
Yeah, when you were younger.
But
I was
no, I
like,
haven't.
good.
I don't play video games.
Good.
I literally just like, I'll turn on the TV and sit here and be on my laptop or in my office. I don't really watch a lot of TV, but it just serves as background noise for me.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I know. I'll put it on for background noise too. Like
Yeah.
I'll put HGTV on for background noise because I just
Yeah.
love to hear about real estate.
Oh yeah. How easy it is.
How
Like,
easy it is.
The people that buy like a $5 million house and like one is like a school teacher and then like the other one.
I
Like,
was just gonna say one's a teacher and the other one's an accountant, and
Yeah.
our second home budget is 1.5 million.
yeah. Or like
What?
I do painting on the weekends.
I do
and
painting
I'm a
mhm.
teacher and we're gonna buy $5 million.
Yeah.
Like,
We're retired and we're 55.
yeah, right.
That's my
It's like,
favorite.
what world are you living in?
Island hunters. They're gonna buy a whole entire island and they're retired at
It's freaking
55.
crazy. But
weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I don't watch a lot of TV. But
No, I don't.
I read more often than not.
Yeah, that's same. I try to do more reading than anything. I don't have time for TV, but if I'm really just like exhausted and I can't read, I'm just like need to turn my brain off. Then it's Below Deck or 2.5 Men, just super classy TV.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
We're running about a half hour. Anything else you want to throw out there?
I don't think so. Coaching's for everyone, and
It
everyone
is.
needs coaching.
It is. She's a cheerleader for it because it really has changed her life.
It really has changed my life. I am a firm believer in coaching. I have seen so many people's lives change because of it. And then when I financially could get to that point, I will have a coach in my life for the rest of my life. You will be the coach. I think I was 6 months in with Alex and I said, so are you going to be doing this the rest of your life? Because like I need to sign a 10-year contract
Right.
for the minimum right now. So, but yeah, I truly think it's for mindset, personal, business, everything. You
Yeah.
need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to help you bob and weave through the craziness of the changing market and life. Really,
Yeah, it helps.
life is crazy.
It is. It helps keep you on track. It helps keep you structured. And it's just nice to know that someone's in your corner no matter what happens, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. No matter what. I mean, and you've never like yelled at me if I've had horrible weeks. It's like, you know, like, hey, this is the truth of the matter. But you help me get out of that. We can't be in this hole.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Well,
So,
because contrary to belief, I actually do care.
you do care.
I do.
You really do.
I'm genuinely
He
invested
really
to every
does.
single person I work
No,
with.
you really are. Genuinely.
Mhm.
You genuinely.
I want to see you guys do well.
No, I get that. And
you
I
guys
genuinely
are.
want to see my students do well. There's no point for anybody to be doing any of it if people aren't going to succeed.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. So that's what we're all about. Our new coach, Michelle Geiger, she is now available. So if you're interested, respond directly to me. We can schedule up a call, get you an idea of what she's all about. Thank you for watching this. If there's anything else we can do, let us know. Be on the lookout for more programs that we're going to be offering and services
Yes.
that are going to help you guys. And give us a like, give us a comment if you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you again soon.